Testing 2, 3, 4. Testing. Bum, 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 bum. 3, 4. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Beautiful. Lawrence, how you doing there, sir? Welcome to Frankie Day Hangout for Friday night. This has been kind of a short hangout a little bit. I've been working on this ship right here. I've been working on it. I promised a couple of my friends on there, a couple of commenters that I'm going to start to finish up some of the things I got laying around the house. So right now I'm working on this 1966 Wonder Whaler whale ship. I'm in the process of putting on some shellac, some amber shellac right here. Towing down these yards up here, top of these masts. Good evening to you, Lawrence. Thank you for popping in on this Friday night hangout. It's going to be a short one tonight, though. I got to get to work in the morning. I'll hang on here about an hour or two. We'll see how many people show up tonight. You know, I got 4 right now that are watching, and those are the other 2 that tuned in. This is a Frankie Day Friday night hangout, and I'm kind of sitting here working on my Wonder Whale ship, and enjoying this hangout with everybody. Rocky Spock, how you doing, big buddy? You okay? That's great, man. Can you guys hear you, see me quite well out here? The audio and the video, okay? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start working on this a little bit and entertain you guys at the same time, and we can wrap on here a little bit and see what's on your mind. And I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. And I know I did. It's me and Mrs. Day. We had Thanksgiving together, and the kids came over, and it was quite joyous. Still got a lot of turkey left over. Oh, you can only stomach so much of that stuff. But now, those that tuned in, we're working on my 1966 Wander Whaler. This old whale ship I got working on here. I started about a year or two ago. Abandoned it for a while, went on other projects, and right now I realize I got a lot of things I need to finish up on. And this is one of them. Right now I'm putting on the shellac, orange amber shellac, and give these things a good wood, like a good wood finish on it. And I've had this model since 1966. I think I got two more of these in my stash pile, and these are still truly outstanding kits, even for the day. I mean, when they first came out, these things were pretty much the cat's meow. I think I paid $6 for this thing back at that time. Just got back doing my second tour in Vietnam. Checked the hobby shops out, and they had this bad girl there. Don Baker owned the hobby shop out there in Ventura, California. A place called Cozy's Hobby Shop. And at Cozy's Hobby Shop, he had all kinds of good kits back in those days. I think he was actually the first hobby shop that had the Airfix kits and also the Frog kits that are coming out. They came out about the same time. Airfix and Frog did. They came out probably around. I know Airfix came out and Frog came out around '63. And those are pretty good kits for the day. And I still love those old Airfix kits. Hey, thanks, Rocky. Thanks a lot, buddy. This is a 1966 Wander whale ship. Right now, I'm putting on shellac on the mast right there. What I did, I painted all these masts. I primed the first degree paint. I went back using the rattle can out in my spray booth. This Tamiya, they call it surface primer. It's all white. I like this. And over the gray primer, I went and sprayed all these masks. Got them done, let them dry. Then I'm taking this varnish right here, this shellac, and this shellac right here is amber color. It'll tone down these yards right here, these masts, make like wood. No, this is a plastic model here, Lawrence. This is an old Aurora whale ship, the whale ship Wander, and it came out back in 1966. Let me show you the box art to the kit, fellas. First, the instructions. That's the first thing I looked at. Oh, what the hell? I think the instructions show the box art anyway. Here it is. This is an oldie, guys. I bought this back in 1966. It's a whale ship, and this is their version of their model, which at the time was skills back in those days were like this, old school skills, like mine were. And mine's kind of a little better than the skills they had back then because I had a little more to it. But this thing costs $6, and it's truly a nice model. The only thing that's hideous on this thing, it's the rat lines. They're all out of plastic. I'm going to build this thing right out of the box. You know, no sense of going ahead and rigging up all the rat lines and moving them over and stuff because this is going to be built right out of the box. It's going to be exactly how it is. I'm going to weather the sails, make it look nice, and put the sailors on there. Actually, had this thing done probably about a month. And I got the USS Shangri-La over there I need to get going on. And Mr. Warren Blanche across the pond, he's got his Spitfire Buddy Group build coming up. So right now, he posted some update pictures on Facebook. He's in the process of doing washes and decaling and the rest of the finishing touches that which makes the model. And then we'll get that Spitfire going. That's going to be very joyous. Yeah. That's pretty good now. That varnish really sets it up. Or death from my father. He said, "Want to make plastic like wood? Yeah. Get some varnish." Make sure it's ambered. We used to add colored tints to the varnish, give it different colors on the mask. Makes it look like wood, like you see right here. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. Touch up here and there. My wife likes this. She likes these whales. The ship gives you a little stand, little whales. These are neater than heck, you know. I'm gonna sand them down, prime them real good, and paint them blue, and put some worms in their bellies, and do a little white, fill that white in with the blue gray as color these things were, and might do a red, white, and blue signy on there for the Wanderer Whaler. But this is an old kit, guys. This thing has been around many years ago. Unfortunately, they don't make this kit no more. This thing's a dinosaur. I don't know where you can get these other than eBay or a vendor somewhere. But they make an excellent addition to your ship model collection. And see that. Got that there. That's good there. A little touch up there. Beautiful. I like that. I like that. I'm happy. Gotta get that hatch painted too. Lordy, what was I thinking about that? Got 5 rails put on this thing. This thing builds very nice when it gets done. And I like old school models because I'm old school dude. I like old school models. But to me, they're quite favorable than what's out there today. What's out there today is very gorgeous, very nice, and much superior. But I like old things. And this is old. I'm old. So she's 51 years old and I'm 77. And so we're both old parts of the wind. Have a spot of tea there, gentlemen. Yeah, thank you very much, Lawrence. I like these old kits. They're pretty good, these old plastic jobs. Well, so far, I got the light sander all finished up. I'm going to finish this bad girl up. And so Warren gives me the green light on the Spitfire, and so I get started on that. And then still working my Wanderer Whaler, and I got a bunch of other ones that going to start bringing out. I got to finish up on. That's when I get this thing done. Because I have a lot of fellas out there been asking for it. And I keep looking at it, and it looks awful lonesome in the corner on top of the stash pile. It needs to be finished. Well, that's what I'm doing. When I first started on this thing, it was no more the mirror than what it is, just a painted Hulk. Put the breast Oakland in. Yep, she's running quite nicely. Come out pretty good, guys, I worked on the aft transom on this thing. On this back portion transom on there. And I did the rigging on there. Did all the bobstays, the headgear on there, the rigging on there. I don't know if you guys can see it very good. Let me get this on. I think it needs a little help. Yeah, there it is, right there. You can see all the headgear, the rigging on this thing. It took about 6 hours to rig up all this. Well, I put something white behind there. I bet you can see it really well. This may help. Should have thought that in the first place, all those views I was doing. And a lot of headgear did there save some time rigging it up. It's got sails too. And lifeboat. It's got the whaleboats. And a very nice kit. It was just one of those oldies but goodies I've been working on. Well, they're square rigs. All whale ships are square rigs there, Bill Drat. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. I'm going to get on that USS Lexington, too, and I finish this up and get that thing done for the Lexington group build. And she's coming quite nicely over there. Robert, how you doing there, sir? All you great fellows who just tuned in right here on this unexpected hangout I got shaking right now. I hope all you guys had a very wonderful, joyous Thanksgiving. I know me and Miss Day did. They had the kids over, and Dad and Grandpa over here cooked. And I enjoy cooking. And I like to cook and do things, make myself productive, keep myself busy. And it's raining outside a while ago, and I said, geez, what's that noise going out there? One time I took a look out there, oh Lord, it's raining out there. Today is such a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky. I've been kind of dusting off all the models lately. And I see this out there, so I got to get this thing going. And that's fine. I like it. Got going. I got something else I dragged out a while ago. Yeah, that goddamn boy. That Gorge Fork, what do you call it? That German training cadet ship. That's a nice one. I'm gonna get that going after I finish this up. So I got a lot of these ones I got started. They won't take long to finish them up. Once the going gets going and going gets good, and they get finished before you know it. And I can drag something new out of the closet. Yep. I used on the hull. I gave it an antique wash. What I did, I painted the hull copper. And after the copper dried, using turpentine, not mineral spirits or denatured alcohol or whatever. This is enamel base only. I use turpentine. Get yourself some turpentine. Get yourself some leaf green paint and some white paint. First of all, you take your white paint first and you paint streaks, vertical, up and down, back and forth, white. When it dries, this is not leaf green. This is a simulation of leaf green. Take your green paint next. When that white is dry, go right over the white, what you've done. Using a heavy brush like this, pour yourself in a small container, such as this right here, turpentine. Take your turpentine and you blend in the white and green paint with the copper. But pretty soon you'll see the immersion of copper, just like you see these old statues on roofs of buildings. And that's a copper immersion effect we do on these hulls. Because like I say, these hulls don't stay copper very long. They don't. Because those tornado worms don't get to it or the barnacles don't get to it. The immersion of salt water gets to it and they turn green very, very quick. And they didn't start that out to the later part of the to the 18th century. Before, all the hulls were just tallow. Just tattled up the hulls. Ha ha! Yeah, back on the Pearl. Talk about Pearl. There was a pirate ship called the Black Pearl, or the Black Prince. I think it was I don't know. Seemed to me to ring the bell. Got that light sander all done. It came out better than I thought it would. The only thing I gooped up on is the undercarriage. I should have checked it. My stuff got dry. My wife says, "Want me to go to the store and do a couple things?" I said, "Oh, sure, I'll do it." And I just kind of didn't go back and rechecked it. I assumed it was all right until I took pictures. Oh man, that thing is. I said, "The hell with it." I was boxed up, put down. If I want to enter the show, I'll re-break it and go bring it down level and hit it with an airbrush, touch it up. Yeah, when it gets cold like this outside and in the beginnings of snow and everything, these things are very relaxing to work on. You just kick back, relax, and just work on and enjoy the hell out of them, because I love working on these things. And my wife likes this thing. The Well ship. I was looking at that last night, and I said, That reminds me of Charles Morgan. I got the Charles Morgan line over there. I remember the last thing I did with that thing, I was making the rat lines and the running rigging, the RGB next. And I got it all covered up over there, so I don't have to worry about no dust or nothing getting on that thing. That's a beautiful, that's an old Marine model kit that I built. I made videos of that. I think I made about 17, 18 videos of that. Well ship. And this here, I don't know how many videos of this I did. I surmised maybe one or two, maybe two or three at the most. Yeah. Yeah, those plank and frame up there, you put those wells on there. Those wells add extra support for the channels. Then you go ahead and run your stroppings from your dead eyes all the way down to your backing links of your channels. And you got those little backing links that fits on those channels right there. They got to be secured to the hull. Use little tree nails. That's what I did on that Charles Morgan right there. That thing had almost 100 of those on things. And they had to be, draw a center line and precision on them. Oh, a lot of work. A lot of work. But like I say, that's when you get done, it's a masterpiece when it's finished. Even these old plastic jobs, they look very, very reasonably well when they're done. They compete very well with wood. This right here, since this thing is an ancient kit, this thing would go good with any kind of a model ship convention you want to take it to. And it's only one of its kind. No one makes the Wonder Whaler. That's just, I think maybe either Bliss made it or A.J. Fisher made the Wonder Whaler one time. But I think they went out of business many, many years ago. And those kits they're like out to digging fossils. It's like trying to get a special fossil for a museum. And they're hard to obtain, but they're just hard to come by. Even eBay, I've never seen them. As much as I tried eBay to try to find those AJ Fisher and Bliss kits, somebody's sitting on them, and they'll probably arise one of these days. Mostly estate sales. You get some guy like me who's got a whole load of goddamn models, and the guy kicks a bucket, and people come in like vultures and see your stash. Says, "Man, look at what I see. I see something besides models. I see money," and they end up right on eBay. Bunchaganzo from Malta. Thank you, sir, for tuning in on my hangout for Friday this evening. And I hope you guys had a very wonderful Thanksgiving. I don't know if they celebrate Thanksgiving in your country or not, though. But out here they do. United States of America. I know they do it in England and in the United Kingdom, and they probably do it in your country too as well. It's like I said when I made the final reveal on the Lysander. Thanksgiving for me is every day. Not the last Thursday of the month for November once a year comes around. It's every day for me. When you're 77 years old, to do stuff like this and play guitar and work all day long and keep up with the Smith and Joneses, that's a blessing to me. That's thanks. I'm very grateful for what I have, what I don't have. And I'll tell you one thing, when you get older in life, you really know how sweet life really is and how thankful you really are when you get on the right side of the bed every day. Are you working on, what are you working on there, buddy? Rich Bazengo, you gotta please pardon my my vocabulary on your name right there. It's kind of hard to pronounce it. It's Butcher Gozo. Yeah, Butcher Gozo. Yeah, from Malta. Man, you got a lot of ships sunk out there during the Malta campaign during World War II. They got the minesweeper Eddie. She sunk about I don't know, about 1/3 of the mile out there. She went down about 400 feet of water. A lot of underwater caves down there too. Like Bikini, the atoll. Man, they got a lot of ships out there, 200-300 feet down. You can see them from the sky when you're on an airplane. Oh, that's good. On that spit, what manufacturer is it? Is it Hasagawa or Eddard or Revell or Airfix? So many out there. I think every company in the world has made those things. Very popular airplane. Now, I got the Revell 132nd scale with the Wonder Whaler sitting on. That's one I'm going to participate in Warren Blanch's Spitfire Buddy Group build. That's 132nd scale. This is all new new tooling kit. The old tooling kit ain't too bad. Spitfires are very beautiful airplanes, and they're beautiful. Yeah, I've got that too. The Airfix kit. I also got the Eddard profile series. Profile, a Pro Pack. I don't know. It's all silver. I think it's a later version of it. It has the 5 blades on it. All aluminum finish. I did that. I did that with kitchen foil, and I had some washers on it here and there. It's down there displayed down there at Archer's not Archer's, God Lord. He's been deceased for a long time, man. Smitty's Hobby Shop out here in Ohio. He's got a showroom there of all the builds and models these customers bring in. And my spits down there came out pretty good. And I'll look at it once in a while. It looks pretty. It's happily sitting there. Don't do nothing, just sitting there. Like the rest of my models, they happily sit up there and they not doing nothing, but just happily sitting. They keep me company a lot. They really do. I look at them all the time. I marvel at them, and I wonder how it was to fight in something like that. A lot of them I've seen, a lot of them have been aboard. Bumble thumbs. How you doing, dear sir? Greetings to Frank from Frankie Day here in Ohio land, United States of America. And thank you very much, sir, for chiming in on my unexpected hangout for a Friday night. But I felt like chewing a fat little bit. You know, I've been working on my Wonder Whale ship, as you can see right next to me. I'm doing the rigging on it and things, and getting the ship shape, getting it ready to look like a ship. Oh, great. I think either Sir Robert or somebody mentioned the comment. Frank, when are you going to bring up the Wonder Whaler? And I got thinking, I was cleaning up this room last night, and I said, boy, I'm going to bring that thing out and get this thing done. So I put about 6 hours working on this headgear, and about 4 hours tonight to get these masts all stepped in. They're not glued in yet, though, but I just stepping in. I don't glue the masts to the hull. That way I can adjust them as I rig them up. I'm going to build this bad boy right out of the box. And It has sails, whaleboats, crew members. It's a very impressive model for something that's so old. And I just got done staining shellac in the mast with my amber color shellac over my paint to give it that wood look. Yeah, the Spitfires we're building. I'm building for Warren Blanch's upcoming Spitfire Buddy Group building got shaken down. My entry is going with the whaler sitting on here. Let me show you right here. Let me put this bad girl down for you. Yeah, there you go. You bring it over there. This is one I'm going to be working on. This is 1/32 scale new tooling kit Spitfire. Now I've got the old tooling kit. I was looking at it the other day. I says, man, this thing is. I like that too. You know, it has your trackable landing gear, and also the side cowling there with the inspection covers. That where you pull up, you can see the. They got the Merlin engine in there. So this right here is the Mark IIA, and it looks like the one they use in the Battle of Britain. The pay schedule on it. It's a very wonderful kit. Let me take out the instructions and see what option there is in the pay schedule wise. There's instructions right there. There's the back. Well, I don't have to go dig too far. This will answer me what it is. Yeah, this they give you two options here. They got the Spitfire 2A number 65 Squadron, Royal Air Force, Crichton in Lindsay, England, July 1941. So this is the Battle of Britain. The other option right here is same color schedule as that is Supermarine Spitfire 2, number 19 Squadron, Royal Air Force, Falware, England, June 1941. So this is all Battle of Britain. Yeah, you got that right, buddy. There's never a dull moment around the day household, especially in this end of the man cave. I have so much fun back here. And this is my world. I work every day, keep my house in order, keep the home fires going, so I can enjoy these things. And I love my models. And they keep me busy. This thing look nice when I get done with it. I ain't too keen on the sales they give me this thing. These sales. Oh, almost poked the damn bowsprit. The yards themselves. Now, what I was thinking about doing underneath here, taking a pin vise and drill holes this way, run my stirrups, run foot ropes. I will do that. Now, as you see, if it right about here like this, that big old hole right there will take that thing real easy. Just like that. And they go all the way up. They're plastic. What's so good about this plastic is these sails, the detail on there. Washes, oh Lord. Yes, sir, buddy. You know, they a good wash right there. Take the thing that's white, give it a yellow wash. Then all the details with a tan wash on there and bring out those ropes. Look real nice. The only thing bad about it, guys, is these. Let me show you something. It's these rat lines. These rat lines right here, they're big. They sort of go across here. They're like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and use it anyway. But I got ways of making them look a lot better when they come off. I'll put them on here. There's ways, they say. I check my chat here. Sure gonna get folks in the eye of this thing. Let's see. Yeah, Robert. Excuse me, sir. Well, I don't think I've got any 1/32 scale stars and bars for your Mustang, Robert. Uh, if you're computer friendly or printer friendly, you can get on there and print yourself some decals on there. And after you print your decals on decal paper, uses Decon Bond Spray. A lot of guys use rattle can matte or enamel clear, but this decal works good. It'll cover it all. It'll keep it all there. And when you just cut them out and you don't go that route. The best bet, buddy, just go on the internet for micro scale decals or anybody sells decals. You'll get a whole set of 1/32 scale decals for your Mustang. They got different aces that flew them and special decal sets for them too as well. That's all I don't do, buddy. I don't think I've got any 1/32 scale stars and bars for your for P51 or F51 Mustang. Oh, that one. Is that the Malcolm hood, the B P51B, one with the Allison engine and the Malcolm hood? That'd be good. Make an English one out of that. Get yourself some roundels. They'll look real nice. They have a lot of them. You can have put sky underneath there and dark green and over dark sea gray. Look real nice. Oh, I follow you. I've had one of those before. 1973 Hasselgawa 132nd scale P51 Must. That's a good kit. I got my stash back there too. I know I got one back there. Because I got a lot of those old Hasselgawa 132nd scale kits. Got the P12E, the F4B, the B11 Helldiver, B11 FC Helldiver, BF111. Yeah, Hawk or Helldiver. Oh, I follow you. All you need is stars and bars. You can find those aftermarket right online, Robert. Just Google search, a Bing search for scale decals, scale master decals, or Michael scale decals. They'll send you a set of decals, all star and bar. If I had some stars and bar decals in 132nd scale, I'd send them to you. I really would. But I don't have any. I tried to find some of those in the Hellcat that I got back here. I can't find any. See, that source is just the internet. P51 Mustang. I feel like building that 124 scale airfix kit I got back there. Great big beautiful doll. Man. Yeah, that's your best bet, buddy. Sure enough, they got anything. There's nothing they don't have online. There's nothing they don't have. Wow. Let me see something for a minute. I got this, I think about 4 or 5 months ago. It's 132nd scale. It looks like it's a two-seater tandem seater. One of it is an option of nope. Man, I think it's a beautiful looking airplane, the Swallow. Man, to say the least. Yep. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, the 148 scale one. Well, I give me a 1/200 scale Bismarck. Ooh. The only one I got 1/200 scale by Trumpeter is the USS Arizona. That's a swell kit. Let me put the stack bit back, fellas. Yeah, I got it tucked away. Yeah, it's huge. A good sized kit. Probably got to stand about, oh, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 inches somewhere. I used to have a Hasselblad one time. Well, like, but that kit came with rubber tires. I was toying around with a Hasselblad 1/32 scale F6F Hellcat had back there. I was messing around with. I may be able to start working on that too. But right now, I've been working on this whale ship right here. The Wanderer. She can keep me pretty busy for a while. And it's a real nice kit. I liked her. Glazing, buddy. I need to make a ball here. Oh, dude. Yeah, they're making a lot of 1/32 scale kits nowadays, fellas. You know, they got a lot of them out there. They come up a Lancaster model. It's running in the money. Stuff to bring it out nowadays, and it's very, very astronomical. Runs into big money. They got a, like I say, they got that the Hoppy Boss now. I just now found out they make a 1/32 scale B-24. Price tag of $250 something dollars, something like that. Man, that's okay. I got them like that too. 1/32 scale, 1/33 scale, what same thing. All card kits. Heck, I got Lancaster. I got the Everett Lancaster, 1/32 scale, 33 scale. I got the B-29. I got the B-52, 1/33 scale. I got all the Herky Bird, 1/33 scale. I got all those big, huge airplanes. I don't need to buy that plastic stuff. I mean, when it starts getting expensive like that, stuff from Frankie, you go back to plastic. I mean, go back to card. And can't afford it, guys. It's getting up there. A lot of us can, and a lot of us can't. But maybe one of these days, by coming with a handsome sum of money, I may venture out that way, getting one of those kits. But they look awful nice. They're gorgeous. From what I can see. Man, we might have one right now. Yep, that's what I heard, buddy. As soon as I get my government check, I'm going to order me one. That's going to have to be my Christmas present. I had a HMS Victory. I got one. It's a Heller kit. I haven't even built it yet. It's in the box down there. And I built it once before for a friend of mine. What I did, I didn't use all the masts. I threw them away. But I used them for dimensions. And I used a lathe. I taped my mast, made my own. And I saved the trees, the mast caps, and the platforms I saved. The only thing I changed over was the wood because in the yards I had to turn them and everything because the plastic kit, those resin, the plastic polyurethane plastic used in heli kits is like that of resin. It's very brittle. It'll snap, and if you hit something, break it, you pop it, and it will never be the same again, no matter what kind of glue you put on there. Yep, building books makes a nice one. Now I had the first one I ever had, first Victory I ever had. I bought that about 40 years ago. It was by Sergio Mantua. I bought that over thick. I bought that in Italy. And we seen I was on the White Plains. It was a refrigeration ship, AFS 2, sister ship to the Mars. We steamed out there, the European tour, and I bought that kit. I don't know how many lira that thing was. It's probably about $400 back in American money. It was a lot of money. It cost. It was a big old kit. Came with devil plank with lime wood and also with dark walnut. All the fittings, cannons, and everything. It took me 6 years to build that thing. I worked that thing almost every day for 6 years straight, and I built it for this guy, and he paid me well for it. And I treat it like a paycheck. Just give me $200 a week until it's all done. I had money coming in all the time. That was a good commission, but it was a nice kit. Those building kits are very nice too. They're all nice now, guys. They're all nice kits. Yeah, when you build a plank and frame, always use a jig. Keep those frames straight. And when you plank a ship, a hull, plank both sides at the same time. You don't, you pull in a warp. Stuart, Prisoner. Hello, dear sir. Welcome to Frankie Day's Friday Hangout. And I can feel I can feel how you feel when you get off work. You feel like going to bed, night shift. And I'll probably be shutting down probably about a half an hour or so myself because I'll be going to bed pretty soon myself. I got to get up early morning, go to work, and toil on this thing. And so I decided to have a hangout night and to entertain you guys and just enjoy camaraderie and fellowship. Oh yeah, right here, Stuart. I'm working on this 1966 whale ship Wanderer. I've been on this thing since last night. I started this build about a year or two ago, and I left it aside. I abandoned it for a while, and I was cleaning up my man cave, make sure I'm taking inventory of what I got, what I don't have, and I saw it sitting on there by its lonesome, so I decided, well, I'll take it out of dry dock. I'm gonna start getting it all done. I've been working on the mast tonight. I just got done putting on this coat stain, a varnish. This is amber colored varnish. I painted over the wood, painted on there, and that gives it the illusion of wooden yards. And this is an old kit. I had this for years. 1966. She's old like me, and she needs to be built and done with. Got some of that rigging on there. I did that. Because that's from the Gallius house. I got it to the fife rail. John Man 2002. Welcome to the Frankie Day Friday Night Hangout. Yes, sir. Is that Heinkel 111? Is that the 132nd scale one by Revell, or is that 172nd scale by various manufacturers? Oh, yeah, they're very good. I've had one of those. I had the Zwilling one time, the Devil Fuselage. I think the one they used was as a glider tug. They tugged that big old gigant, did he call that? Gigant? What was that? Measure spit 363? Gigant. It was the glider. It didn't have the engines, the 6 engines, transport one they did was glider. And I bought that and the Zwilling both. And I still got them in my stash. They're nice kits. I've got the Revell 132nd scale one too. They're very nice. Yep. Yeah, it's such a nice evening tonight. I heard a bunch of noise out there. So what the hell is that noise going on out there? I took a look out the window, and it's raining cats and dogs out there. I says, man, it wasn't like that a while ago. Oh. I was up last night about 4 o'clock in the morning listening to Colin and the Smoo. Those fellas they have insomnia, and they just can't sleep. So they're both mutual. And so let's get a hangout going. So I've been on there and just watching them, and those guys are, jeez. That Terry, he's a character. And they have those Jaffa cakes. And them things are delicious. I'd like to have me a Jaffa cake. I went to school with a buddy of mine named John McEwen. And yes, Jared, welcome to Frankie Day's Friday Night Hangout. Yes, sir, dear sir. I had a good Thanksgiving with my wife and me and the kids. And they all came over, and we had a very a joyous event for the special day. And I hope all you guys have a very wonderful, safe Thanksgiving. To me, Thanksgiving to me is every day. You get my age, you get on the right side of the bed, you get up on the right side of the bed every morning. That's Thanksgiving for me. Anyway, talking about Jaffa cakes. I went to school with a buddy of mine named John McEwen. His father was Scottish. His mother was English. And I went to his house one time, and I remember that his mother walked over. She always called me Frankie boy. She said, "Frankie boy, how you doing?" I said, "Real fine." And she goes, "You gonna like to have a Jaffa cake?" I said, "What now?" "You like to have a Jaffa cake?" I got thinking, what the devil's a Jaffa cake? I said, "Man, I don't know what Jaffa cake is." You Yanks don't know nothing. I said, "Well, I don't know what it is, but wherever it is, it sure smells good." And it was. And she says, she makes these things homemade. I mean, it had chocolate icing, and some kind of a sponge cake, orange filler. I remember that. Man, them things are out of this world. Oh, you know they are. Yes, sir, Jeff. Yes, sir, Stuart. The Jaffa cakes are great. Anyway, Terry had Jaffa cake. He had it on top of his workbench. So he's got two cameras. He's got a web camera come out of his computer, and he's got one that he plugs in and goes down to his workbench. I guess Colin was working on his tank or something, and he puts Jaffa cakes there and starts patting on it like that. And they start in. Oh boy, it's funny as hell. Yeah, I like to have a Jaffa cake. I have never seen them here in the United States of America. I don't think people out here don't know what they are. I knew what they are because I've made them before, and they're tasty and they're delicious. Man, I can eat a whole darn sack of them things, no problem at all. There you go, buddy. That's what I'd be doing if I was flying an airplane like that. I'd be building them too when I'm not flying. I'll tell you one thing that's really good, in model aeronautics is free flight, rubber powered. Man, those guys out there build those things. They fly just like real ones. They can trim them real well, and really, a lot of those guys that could actually design those things, and they make good designers for aviation. A lot of them were like that before World War II got started. They built models, and they actually flew them, and they presented them to the government and everything. And before World War II got started, the government didn't see much future in new designs because they're pretty well satisfied. They're pretty well satisfied with what they had, But until the bit of war, kind of changed things. That will get me a spot of tea. I'll be right back, guys. I'm back, fellas. I'm sorry to keep you detained there a little bit. Hey, Bill Jack, take care, buddy. We'll see you, man. You take care of yourself, sir. We'll catch you on the next Hangout. We'll catch you on the next YouTube. Take it easy, dear sir. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. I appreciate it very much. I never watched that movie, Joe, man. The only fight Felix I seen was the one with Richard Attenborough, Hardy Kruger, James Stewart, Dan Duryea, George Kennedy, and Ernest Borgnine. Take care, Bill Drat. Get some sleep. Take care, buddy. Yeah, looks better. Oh, yeah, that was good. Jimmy Stewart did an excellent job in both those movies. I'll tell you, that was a daring event. You don't see too many people at 25 years old back in those days would do a daring event of what that man did. Everybody thought he was nuts when he did it. He said it's got to be tried, it's got to be done. And he did it. And he did a very good job making that movie, Spirit of St. Louis. Joe, man, take care, dear sir. Get some sleep and have a nice night and enjoy your Thanksgiving weekend with family and everything, buddy. Thank you very much, sir. We'll catch you on next Hangout and also the next YouTube adventure. Good night, buddy. Take care of yourself, sir. Oh, that's good. You order stores and bars, Robert? That's good. That's great. That's how we gonna get them, buddy. On eBay, internet, whatever there is. That's the only way. That's why I can get them. But like I say, hobby shops ain't got nothing no more, fellas. It's putting guys like us out of business. The best way we can deal is right online. Everything nowadays is on these radio control stuff, like ready to fly jobs, almost ready to fly, plug in and take off, and the EPA foam jobs. They put us out of business. You can't even get no monofilament no more. I mean, not no monocoat to cover your airplanes and stuff. It's terrible. Yeah, that's another good one too. Six burning, four burning, and six turning. Yeah, for that big old B-36 Peacemaker. That was a darn good movie. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. They had a lot of good footage of the Air Force there. They had KC-97s in there, old Shankies, B-47s. He flew the B-47. That was one jet that stayed in the Air Force too long, and that was to me that was the most beautiful jet there was, the Stratojet, B-47. Man, that thing was a beautiful jet. Yep, I was on the Riscony, Coral Sea. First ship I was on when I came out of boot camp was the USS Coral Sea. No, it was USS Enterprise. I was on there for about 3 months. I was actually there waiting for my ship to pull in Subic Bay, the Philippine Islands, and we just got away from Pearl on the. See, the USS Enterprise back then was only about 3 years old. It was 3 years old when I first went aboard it, and it was one of the first nuclear powered ships that we've had. And I was on it for 3 months, and I got discharged off that and got transferred that to the Coral Sea, which is the Midway class carrier. Then I won the USS Riscony. When I got off that, and I was on the destroyers. I probably do know your uncle, buddy. I was on the USS Riscony back in 1963. And no, I was on Riscony, and I was on the Coral Sea in 1963, and 1965 I was on the Riscony. I was a bosun's mate, a knuckle dragger. I painted and painted the ship. I did paint and maintain the whole deck, winches, windlasses, chain lockers, kept the three plate gear locker in shape, such all high lines, snatch box, everything. And my rating at first, when I came out of boot camp, was a fireman. I had two red stripes on my jumper, and that meant I was a boiler man. Well, since the USS Enterprise wasn't no boilers to tend to, they had me on evaporator machines, changing seawater into drinking water. Then I took a test to go up for seaman, first class, bosun-mate striker. That's how I end up. Andy Hootenbrink. Gosh, I don't know, but I got to think about that. That's a long time ago, fellas. A ship like that, they got 3,000 to 4,000 men. Gosh, I bet no, I got to think. The 1963 ship's company on the USS Enterprise was 5,000 men personnel. She was 1,240 feet long, big, and first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier that we had. She superseded the Forstall, which was the modern-day aircraft carrier of 1954. A lot of the carriers that we had were this type right here. Let me show you. I'm going to put this whale ship over here. I'm afraid I'm going to conk this thing over and break it, and I'm going to be a very unhappy camper. One of the carriers that we used in the early Navy were the old Essex class, and they were converted into angle decks, as you can see right across here. Then they got rid of these and made the Forstall, which is a super carrier, and they made a bigger angle deck, and it kind of opened up other adventures for other ships, other carriers that along. I got that mustache. I got two of them. Matt, how you doing, dear sir? Welcome to the Frankie Days Friday night hangout. Yes, it did. It came with the whaler. Let's set this thing down. It's a whale base. I'm gonna paint those bad boys up, and I'm gonna paint them like a blue-gray. Paint the eyeballs on it, a little white in the bottom of it. Paint the nameplate on there. Very unique and very different for the day. And these things were they were very unique model for the day, and I thought they were as cool as hell when they first came out. And they're not bad as old as they are for today. I always liked the whale ship. I've always I got the Charles Morgan by Marine Models built. I think I made about I think I made about 17 videos in that. I thought I had more than that, but I guess I really don't know. All I know is I made a lot of videos on that, and all the way from the hull to where it's at now. And this one whaler it's a good kit, it really is. You just got to take it easy. It's old. Make no mistakes and ruin it, and then you'll be in real trouble. And here she is right here, Matt. Right now I got the mass all, the 4 main missile mass all stepped off pretty good. Wander Whaler, New Bedford. We got a lot of headgear done on it. Go together quite nicely. And about these old Aurora kits, these old kits, they always came out with some kind of a fancy base on these things. This here is 1966. Ancient, but it's a very nice kit when it's done. But I'm quite happy I'm working on this thing going. And the availability to get these things, that's probably on eBay, I guess. Now, since we're on this whale ship right here, I was watching a movie. Actually, it was a documentary about the whale ship Essex. And that was Melvin Orville's novel Moby Dick came from. It was based off a real true event. But only fiction he had in the movie was a big, great white whale. But that's Moby Dick, But the real whale that sent the whale ship Essex to the bottom was the bull territorial whale. I want to tell you something about whales, guys. Whales are very intelligent animals. And they got a mind like an elephant. They never forget. And they can tell, like most animals can tell, there's danger. This whale evidently has witnessed its mates, its cows, and its pups being slaughtered by whalemen on these whale ships. Because back in the 19th century, the number one fuel for lanterns was whale oil. They made soap out of it, lamp oil that burnt the street lights at nighttime. And these guys always are out there killing whales and processing whales and bringing them in. Well, this bull whale, the Essex was out there at the wrong time, at the wrong place. It was a territorial whale. And that whale was looking for a mate. And seeing that ship out there, and he remembered seeing that ship, or a ship like it, slaughtering its mates and its pups. Decided to take active revenge on it. These whale ships are only about 100 feet long, not very big. Maybe 110, 125 feet long, not very big. They're for their size, that's how big they were. And they're very efficient in killing whales. And they're good whale ships for the day. Very strong. And the sailors are very strong seamen too. Well, this whale was about 80 feet sperm whale. Now you got an 80-foot whale up against a 100-foot ship. That's a big ship, a big fish right there. And what that whale did, he rammed it with his head busted out a few frames, took out some timbers, and she's taking on water. She was sinking then. Then she swam around again and made another tack. Hit it again. Again, it knocked out some frames and busted out some timbers. And after that, the last survivor of the whale ship, Wander, of the whale ship Essex, was found by another whale ship. And to their horror, they found dead bodies of people who he ate because he were at sea. Now, he told his testimony of what happened. And he said, I witnessed something I've never seen a whale do before. And he was still in shock. I mean, over it. What that whale did is that it went around the ship, making circles, and it created a whirlpool. And what that ship did, it turned as he was making a whirlpool. Of course, you know what a drain is. When you pull a plug up out of the sink, and the water goes down, you throw a piece of material like this or something in there. You see it go down. That's what happened, how it went down. It was very remarkable how something like that do something like that. The guy was in a lifeboat on a whaleboat for over 100 days. And like I say, guys, when you're starving with that, you'll eat anything. You eat the river and the skunk if you have to. Because that's where the thought process comes into view, is your stomach. So that's the end of that story. True story, guys. So that's where Moby Dick came from. So I finished up this whale ship. It's going to look very nice there, Robert and Matt. And what's good about it is, what makes it go together so quick is it's these yards in here. It's these sails, these sails they give you, because you already got the yards on there. And I would add foot ropes on anyway, just extra. But it's gonna be okay to get done. Yeah, I was on YouTube last night. Yeah, the golden age of aviation, and they had this one popped up. This old Lindbergh one I had for years. For old Winnie Mae of Oklahoma. Wiley Post's old airplane. Wiley Post was a pioneer aviator. He always studied aviation medicine. And the man he worked out in the oil fields. He used to be a roughneck out in the oil fields. Out in Oklahoma and Texas, there's a lot of oil fields out there. Oil man. Made some big money back in those days. He loved aviation. Everybody's wondering how he got that big old patch in his eye. Well, you get that patch in his eye from using a single jack, which is a sledgehammer. He's doing some John Henry, man, hitting that spike. When you hit a spike or a fid or a yoke or a locking pin, on top of that, it mushrooms over. It mushrooms out because you're smashing that metal. If you hit it at a certain angle, that metal could fly off, and that's what it did. Fly off, went bunk, hit right in the eye. So he worked for J.P. Getty Oil. And John Getty knows that he was a good aviation, so paid him off with an airplane. He bought him a Lockheed Cyrus. This here belonged to John P. Getty of Oklahoma, an oil tycoon, man that owned the oil fields. And what he did is paid Wiley Post off by giving him an airplane. That's what Wiley Post wanted anyway. And he pioneered aviation like this right here. It was a new airplane at the time. And what they did is that he flew these world stop. This airplane was at the Smithsonian Institute. It used to be hung up. I remember back in the late 40s and 1950s, the Smithsonian Institute used to be a museum of retired aircraft. And it wasn't as big as back then as today, because back then it was like a big aircraft hangar. And they had a lot of stuff in there. This was one of them. But now, you go down to Washington, D.C. now, everything's Smithsonian Institution. Well, they just got different branches. What they did, they expanded, made different branches of exhibits. So you'll find this airplane down there in the Smithsonian Institute, probably on the ground or hung up. This isn't a bad kit that's on Winnie Mae. And easy clean like I do right now. I like to clean once in a while. Okay, it's a little rubbing compound. I can rub that decal out a little bit. They're looking nice now, guys. Nice and that thing for years. The Winnie Mae of Oklahoma, Wiley Post. Wiley Post was killed probably 1936, 37, 38, somewhere around there, along with humorist Will Rogers. He wasn't flying the Winnie Mae, he was flying his Lockheed Cyrus that Mr. Getty bought him as a settlement for his injury to his left eye. And he wrapped it around the peak of a mountain up there, somewhere up there by Alaska. And that was the end of him. Yeah, it's called the Essex, the whale ship Essex. Go on YouTube, use a search engine, it'll take you right to it. And believe you me, it's you'll see what I'm saying. You'll see that big old whale right there going around that ship. He got faster and faster. That ship was just going like this. That ship was right down. It was gone. It was gone. That ocean swallowed that ship up just like you can swallow a cold Coca-Cola. It was gone. And I put it back over here where I have that. That'd be that. Yeah, you'll like that, George. A lot of stuff on the old Essex whale ship. And I look at that Wanderer whaler, it reminds me of it a lot. All whale ships are never the same, but they do have a lot of similarities to each other. And Melville's novel Moby Dick was based on the sinking of the whale ship Essex. That led one man astray on there, sole survivor. He ate his buddies up, you know. And he wasn't in his right mind when they got him. Of course, you know what that man went through. He wouldn't be in his right mind either. But we came after getting a lot of psychiatry help and everything. He finally revealed the story, what happened, you know. And they said before the man died, that man was he loaded up his house with food. I mean, this house had so much food in there. It was like a grocery store. And they asked him, "How come you got so much food in here?" And he said, "What happened to me, I don't will never want to happen to me again. I'll make sure I'll never run out of something to eat." Well, fellas, it's getting pretty close, about 1:30 Eastern time out here in Ohio land, United States of America. Tomorrow's going to be Saturday. I think I'll have a Saturday night hangout tomorrow night around 9 or 10. And I'll work some more on my Wanderer whale ship and discuss the progress I'm doing on it. And of course, I'll bring out a host of more models and strike up a jolly tune. And we'll have a very nice show. Now, for all my viewers right there, all 17 of you right there, I'd like to thank every one of you guys for watching me for a short time tonight on my hangout. I wasn't much, but I gave my best shot. And so tomorrow night around 10 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to have another hangout tomorrow night. And I'll be working on my ship. And as soon as I get my government check and my Social Security check should be in next week, oh hell yeah, I got three paychecks coming next week. I like that. I get my paycheck for my job. I got my naval pension check coming in. I got my Social Security check coming in. And next week, the week after that, I got my other pension check coming in from another job I did. So I got money coming in, and I'm very happy and very grateful. Thank you, guys. Robert, Jared, George, all you great fellas out there. Thank you very much for tuning in on my hangout. It's time for Frankie Day to expire. And let the Wonder Whaler drive for a while because I did enough on her today already. I don't want to do too much on her. And it's good night for the whale ship Wander and good night for Frankie Day. Frankie Day's models. My hangout for Friday night. I'd like to thank all 17 of you. And thank you guys for coming in my hangout. And enjoy the Thanksgiving weekend. And watch your drinking and your designated driver. And please be careful out there. Because those cops are out there. They're like vultures on a rail fence ready to pull you over. You start seeing Christmas lights get right behind you. After doing this, you know what's going to happen, don't you? Car goes one way and you go the other. You won't have a license for about 6 months. And you got to pay the Grand States back or wherever origin you come from, paying back their money. And money will not be going on plastic for a while. So please be careful out there. Stay focused. Make mama happy always. Take care of your children and keep the home fires going. And God bless you guys. And thank you for watching my beautiful hangout for this evening. And be more for the Wander tomorrow. And more of me. This is Frankie Day signing off. And thank you guys very much. And God bless all you guys. God bless you guys.